My alien roommate hit a dangerous biological cycle, and I was trapped inside with her. The galaxy had grown comfortable with humans, too comfortable. Aliens traded with Earth, visited Earth, studied Earth, and laughed at Earth. To them, humanity was harmless, a young species, emotional, curious, weak. But behind all the jokes and smiles, the galaxy had forgotten one truth. Humans survive anything. No one remembered that more than Ambassador Ethan Hale, the one human standing inside the Galactic Council that morning. He was calm, steady, and silent while thousands of alien delegates shouted across the chamber. The place looked like a storm of color and noise. Massive reptilian officers thumped their tails. Feathered scholars hissed. Energy beings flickered with anger. All of them aimed at one world. Earth. The council lights dimmed. A hush spread. Then the Varn Collective Chancellor rose from his floating throne. His voice crackled like breaking stone. The Council has decided. Humanity is hereby removed from the Galactic Union. Your ships will be restricted. Your borders closed. You have 30 days to retreat to your home world. A murmur rolled through the room, approval mixed with fear. Some aliens believed humans were growing too fast. Others simply didn't want a war. But none of them believed humans could resist. Ethan Hale did not react. He kept his hands folded behind his back. His expression was unreadable. The Chancellor narrowed his glowing eyes. "Do you have anything to say, human?" Ethan finally stepped forward. His voice was soft, almost gentle. "Yes, one thing." The entire chamber leaned in. "Are you sure," Ethan asked, "that you want to do this?" The Chancellor tilted his head. "The decision is final." "I'm not talking about your vote," Ethan replied. "I'm talking about the consequences." A quiet ripple passed through the delegates. They expected fear from a human, not confidence. The Chancellor laughed, a hollow metallic sound. "Humans are no threat to the galaxy." Ethan looked up at the grand dome above them, then back at the Council. "You have never seen us under pressure." The Chancellor's smile faded. Ethan continued, "You believe we are fragile, slow, emotional, but humans don't break the way you think we do. We adapt, we learn, and when we are pushed." His voice dropped. "We change." Aliens shifted uncomfortably. Something about the human's tone made the air feel colder. The Chancellor slammed his staff. "Your warnings are meaningless. Guards, remove him." Ethan didn't resist. He simply placed a small device on the podium. It activated instantly, projecting a star map into the air. Thousands of bright dots pulsed around Earth's region of space. Alien delegates gasped. These signatures," a scientist whispered. "They weren't there before." Another shouted, "Impossible. The humans don't have this many defense platforms." Ethan didn't look at the map. He already knew what it showed. For years, Earth had quietly built things no one paid attention to. Deep orbit stations, prototype fleets, silent drones drifting in the dark. All hidden in plain sight, all underestimated. "You brought this on yourselves," Ethan said softly. The guards grabbed his arms, but he didn't resist. He walked out calmly while every delegate stared at the hologram with growing fear. When the chamber doors closed, the arguing began. "It must be fake. Humans lie. But what if it's real? They can't have built this. They didn't need permission. They only needed time." And the galaxy had given humans plenty of time. 12 hours later, the Chancellor sent fleets to Earth. They expected no resistance. The first Varn cruiser approached the solar gate and sent a simple message. "Relinquish control of this sector. Earth is now under Council authority." No answer. The cruiser broadcast again. Still no answer. Then something unusual appeared on their sensors. A single unknown signal, small, fast, almost invisible. At last, the commander said, "A human ship." But it wasn't a ship. It was something else. Something that moved like a shadow. Before the commander could speak again, the entire cruiser shuddered. Warning lights flashed, systems shut down, their engines burned out in an instant. "What hit us?" the crew shouted. But nothing had fired. Nothing appeared. Then the communication screen lit up with a single human sentence. "Leave our space." More alien fleets arrived. More ships vanished from sensors, not destroyed, just disabled and drifting. Every scan returned the same impossible readings. Human technology operating far beyond known limits. The alien commanders panicked. This is not a young species. They tricked us. They planned for this. But panic came too late. At the edge of the solar system, dozens of dark human ships uncloaked for the first time. Their hulls were covered in strange patterns. Their engines glowed with quiet blue light. And they didn't attack. They simply waited. Watching. Judging. The galaxy had pushed humanity into a corner. Now humanity was showing its true face. Back on Earth, Ethan Hale stood before a silent crowd of leaders. "They think we are weak," he said. "They think they can force us to kneel. They have no idea what we've survived on our own world. They have no idea what we are capable of." He looked to the sky as streaks of light, human warships, rose through the clouds. "This time," he whispered, "they pushed too far." The unexpected war had begun. The first strike. Alien fleets filled the dark space near Earth's border. Their ships floated like steel mountains, armed with weapons strong enough to burn a small moon. The Galactic Council believed their show of power would frighten humans into obedience. They were wrong. Commander Rex of the Varn Collective stood on the bridge of his flagship, a massive cruiser shaped like a scorpion's tail. His eyes glowed bright yellow as he examined the tactical display. "No human ships approaching," a lieutenant reported. "No transmissions, no defenses active." Rex clicked his mandibles with satisfaction. Humans finally understand their place. They are afraid. But he didn't know that humans were watching, quietly, invisibly, just beyond his sensors. Earth had activated Protocol Iron Dawn, and the galaxy had no idea what that meant. A silent threat appears. Minutes later, the lights on Rex's ship flickered, only for a second but long enough to make every officer freeze. "Energy dip detected," another lieutenant said. "Source unknown." Rex shook his head. "A system glitch. Continue scanning." But the scans kept coming back empty, showing nothing except their own fleet. No enemy ships. No human stations. No movement. Yet something was there. Something the scanners could not understand. Something moving too fast for alien technology to detect. The vanishing cruiser. On the far right of the fleet, the Varn cruiser Talos suddenly stopped responding. Not destroyed, just silent. "Contact them," Rex ordered. No reply. "Send a drone too." Before he could finish, the tactical display flashed again. A second cruiser went dark. Then a third. Then a fourth. No explosions. No battles. No sound. Just quiet. Ships that had existed seconds ago were now nothing more than drifting shadows. A cold whisper spread across the bridge. "Commander, I think humans are attacking." Rex slammed a claw on the console. "We see no ships, no missiles, no fighters. This is impossible." But deep inside, he felt fear. The same fear that had crept into the council chamber when Ambassador Ethan Hale warned them. "You have never seen us under pressure." Rex now understood those words, too late. The first message. Suddenly, every screen on every alien ship flickered to life. A single line of simple human text appeared. "Leave now. This is your only warning." The entire fleet froze. Humans did not sound frightened. They did not sound desperate. They sounded certain. Certain in a way only a species with hidden power could sound. Rex felt his throat tighten. Trace the signal. I want to know where it came from. We can't, the communications officer whispered. The message bounced through our own systems. It didn't come from outside. It came from inside the fleet. Inside. Already inside. Human ships reveal themselves. Then the darkness around the fleet moved. For the first time, the cloaked human ships stepped into the light. Their black hulls reflected nothing. Their silent engines glowed faint blue. No alien language had a word for the way they looked, sharp, predatory, alive. They appeared all at once, surrounding the entire alien armada like wolves circling prey. Rex stared in disbelief. When did humans build these? An officer whispered, Commander, we underestimated Earth. Rex almost laughed, almost. Underestimated was too soft a word. Humans hadn't evolved on a gentle world with warm oceans and safe skis. No, they evolved on a planet full of storms, predators, disease, and danger. They didn't grow strong because they wanted power. They grew strong because Earth gave them no choice. The first human strike. A bright pulse shot across space. Not a weapon. A warning. It disabled every alien weapon system in the entire fleet. Shields fell, cannons died, engines went silent. The aliens were blind, defenseless, completely at the mercy of human technology nobody believed existed. One officer whispered what everyone was thinking. We never should have pushed them. Rex swallowed hard, his pride, his confidence, his certainty all gone. Prepare emergency retreat, he ordered quietly. But the Council made a mistake, Rex said. Humans are not prey, they never were. A second message. Before the retreat could begin, another transmission appeared. This time it wasn't text. It was Ethan Hale's voice. Calm. Slow. Cold. You came to take control of our home. You came expecting fear, but humans do not run when cornered. Rex felt his claws tremble. You still have a choice, Ethan continued. Leave now or the next message will not be a warning. Every ship in the alien fleet stayed silent, holding its breath. Ethan spoke again. Remember this moment. Remember who forced this war. Humans did not start it. He paused. But humans will finish it. The transmission ended. Retreat or destruction. The fleet waited for Rex's command. Every officer stared at him, fear written in their eyes. No one wanted to face whatever humanity would unleash next. Rex finally gave the only order he could. All ships retreat. The moment he spoke, the human ships vanished again, silent as shadows, letting the alien fleet escape. But Earth had delivered its message. The galaxy now knew something terrifying. Humans were not the weakest species. They were the most dangerous when pushed. And this war had only begun. When Earth rose up, the alien fleet retreated, but Earth did not celebrate. Human leaders watched the drifting alien cruisers leave the solar gate, and they understood something important. The Council would return, and next time they would come with everything. Earth had no choice left. It had to reveal what it had been preparing in silence for almost 2 decades. The hidden layer of Earth. From orbit, Earth looked normal: blue ocean, white clouds, green continents. But beneath the surface, buried deep in mountains, oceans, deserts, and even old abandoned cities, something powerful waited for activation. Only a handful of humans knew about it. Not presidents, not generals, not governments. A secret network built by scientists, engineers, and explorers working without sleep, without publicity, and without interference. They called it the Guardian Web. Dr. Lyon Mercer, director of the program, stood inside the command chamber, surrounded by holographic screens showing Earth's defense grid. Her gray hair was tied back, her face illuminated by glowing blue symbols. "Status report," she said. "Energy nodes are online," an operator replied. "Orbital cannons locked. Drones awakened. Resonance shield stable." Dr. Mercer nodded slowly. Everything was ready. "Begin full activation." The room went silent as her command echoed across the entire planet. Far underground, ancient reactors hummed awake. In the sky, hidden satellites unfolded like metal flowers. In deep space, silent drones opened their eyes for the first time. A soft blue wave rippled around Earth. Humanity was no longer hiding. The galaxy watches in fear. Across the galaxy, every sensor, probe, and telescope detected a sudden spike of energy from Earth's region. Alien scientists stared at the readings with horror. What are the humans powering up? This much energy shouldn't be possible for a young species. They lied about their level. The Varn Chancellor demanded an explanation from his intelligence officers. Find out what Earth has built. But they could not answer. All they could say was, "This is not human engineering as we know it. It is something new." Human ships began to move. In the solar system, dark human ships rose from Earth's orbit, sleek, sharp, and faster than anything aliens had ever built. The Aegis, Earth's flagship, took formation first. Captain Myra Locke stood at the command deck, watching the orbital grid align. She had seen battle before, but never against something as big as the Galactic Council. "Captain," her lieutenant said, "Guardian Web is at full power." Myra nodded. "Launch the fleet." Dozens of human warships ignited their engines. The stars themselves seemed to tremble as they accelerated. Each ship carried new weapons, plasma rails that could cut through mountains, shield disruptors that bent gravity, and tracking systems based on animal predatory instincts. Everything humans had ever learned, from surviving predators on Earth to fighting wars across continents, had been shaped into these machines. Humans were not the strongest species, but they were the best at learning to survive. And now the galaxy would learn what that meant. The human plan revealed. The Council believed Earth would stay defensive. They were wrong. Humanity had already prepared Phase 2. Take control of the Orion Gate. The Orion Gate was the largest travel network in the region. Whoever controlled it controlled movement, trade, supply lines, reinforcements. And Earth was tired of being surrounded. Captain Myra Locke spoke to her fleet. "We are not attacking worlds. We are not harming civilians. Our mission is simple: control the gate before the Council regroups." Her voice hardened. "If they want a war, they will fight us on our terms, not theirs." Human warships streaked toward Orion. Their engines left glowing trails across the void. The first alien resistance. At the edge of the Orion Gate, a small alien squad waited. They had seen what happened to the Council fleet, and they did not want to repeat that mistake. Their commander, Taranth, sent a transmission. "Human ships, stop immediately. You are entering restricted." He never finished. Because at that moment, the human fleet appeared in front of them. Not by hyperjump, not by warp, but by something faster, smoother, and completely silent. The alien pilots panicked. How are they moving like this? They shouldn't be able to. This speed breaks physics. Captain Myra Locke sent a calm message. "We do not wish to destroy you. Leave the gate now." Taranth hesitated. He wanted to obey, but the Council had ordered them to hold position. "We cannot withdraw," he said. Myra sighed quietly. "Then we'll disable your ships. Stand by." She didn't raise her voice. She didn't sound angry. She simply told the truth. In less than 10 seconds, every alien ship lost its engines and drifted powerless. No explosions, no harm. But the message was clear. Humans could end any fight before it began. Earth claims the gate. Human ships formed a ring around the Orion Gate, their weapons glowing like distant suns. They sent a public message across all frequencies. Earth now controls the Orion Gate. We will not attack unless attacked first. Alien worlds panicked, merchants screamed, politicians argued, scientists studied the strange new human signals with fear. In the Galactic Council chamber, chaos erupted. One delegate shouted, "If humans hold the gate, they hold everything. They cannot be allowed to rise. They must be crushed now." But deep down, even the loudest voices were afraid. Because Earth had done something no one thought possible. In a single day, humans went from weak newcomers to the most unpredictable force in the region. And the galaxy had no idea what they would do next. The battle no one could predict. The Orion Gate was supposed to be the safest point in the quadrant. Every species used it. Every ship passed through it. Every war avoided it. But now, for the first time in galactic history, Earth controlled it. Human ships formed a silent ring around the massive structure, their hulls glowing with blue energy from the Guardian Web. They looked nothing like alien vessels, sleek, sharp, and strangely alive. Captain Myra Locke watched the gate through the Aegis's main window. She had seen battle before. She had fought pirates, raiders, even small border wars. But this time was different. This time, the enemy was the entire galaxy. "Captain," her lieutenant said, "Council fleets are gathering at 3 points. Estimates show over 9,000 ships." Myra nodded slowly. It wasn't surprising. When humans took something the Council believed belonged to them, they never expected a polite conversation. They expected a show of dominance. But Myra didn't fear numbers. She feared underestimating humans. And the Council had done that from the start. The Council makes its move. In deep space, a massive force emerged from jump tunnels, towering Varn cruisers, sleek Jaran stealth ships, floating energy vessels from the Lumis collectives. They moved as one, an ocean of metal and fire. Their leader, High Marshal Kareth, stood at the front of the command deck. His voice shook with anger. "Humans dare take the Orion Gate. They challenge the Council. They insult every advanced species." His officers nodded, desperate to show strength. "Marshal, we have sufficient firepower to crush them. They are only 23 ships. No human fleet can stop this attack." But Kareth had seen the reports. He had seen the footage of alien cruisers vanishing without damage. He had heard the cold warning from Ethan Hale. And in his heart, doubt grew like a shadow. Still, pride pushed him forward. "All ships," Kareth said, "prepare for assault. Humanity's calm before the storm." Back at the gate, the human fleet floated silently. No formation change. No weapons raised. No threat signals. It was unnerving. Most species showed fear when outnumbered. Humans showed nothing. "They aren't moving," Myra's second officer whispered. "They're waiting," Myra replied. "That's worse." Human commanders around the fleet received a single message from Earth. "Use minimum force, protect the gate, do not fire first." Humanity was willing to fight, but not willing to start the war. That difference mattered. That difference terrified the Council. The battle begins. The Council fleet arrived like a storm. Colors of hundreds of alien engines lit the darkness. Kareth transmitted a final warning. "Humans of Earth, surrender the gate or be destroyed." For a moment, nothing happened. Then Captain Myra Locke sent a calm reply. "We don't surrender, but we also don't want to kill you. Leave now and no one gets hurt. Kareth growled fire. The sky lit up. Thousands of plasma rounds, ion bolts, antimatter shells, enough firepower to break a planet, raced toward the human ships. The Orion gate shook from the shockwaves. But the human fleet didn't move. The weapons hit. And then something unbelievable happened. The blasts curved, bent, around the human ships like water flowing around stones. Every alien firing system blinked error messages. Kareth stared in shock. What did they just do? Humans had activated a guardian web field. A shield that manipulated gravity itself. Alien weapons could hit the humans. But gravity refused to allow it. Humans make their move. Before the council could regroup, Myra gave one quiet command. Phase shift. The human ships vanished, completely disappeared, then reappeared behind the council fleet. Impossible, Kareth shouted. They teleported through our lines. But it wasn't teleportation. It wasn't warp. It wasn't any alien technology. It was the result of 2 decades of hidden research on quantum drift navigation, something no other species dared to test because they believed it would tear ships apart. Humans tested it anyway. Humans survived it. And now humans used it. Within seconds, the council fleet was surrounded. Human ships fired, but not to destroy. Their shots targeted engines, weapons, and shields, every blast precise, surgical, perfect. Alien ships went dark one by one, drifting helplessly. Not a single one exploded. Not a single life was lost. The galaxy had never seen a battle like this. A battle where one side won without killing. A message the galaxy couldn't ignore. When the last council ship was disabled, Myra sent a transmission to every fleet. Her voice was steady, calm, almost gentle. Earth will not kneel. Earth will not attack first, but Earth will defend itself. If you come again, we will stop you again. She paused. And next time, you may not be as lucky. Across the council fleet, silence spread. Alien crews stared at their dark consoles, realizing the truth. Humans weren't powerful because of their weapons. They were powerful because of their mindset. They didn't fight to conquer. They fought to survive. And survivors are the most dangerous force in the universe. Kareth, once proud and fearless, whispered to himself. We underestimated them. We all did. The galaxy now fears Earth. News spread faster than light. The battle became legend within hours. Some called humans monsters. Some called them miracles. Some called them the future. But everyone agreed on one thing. Earth was no longer a small world. Earth was rising. And nothing in the galaxy could stand in the way. The secret of humanity. The Council tried to hide the defeat at the Orion gate. They tried to change the story. Human weapons are unstable. Human ships use trickery. The Council was not prepared. But the truth spread faster than their lies. Millions across the galaxy watched leaked footage of the battle. They saw human ships bending gravity, moving like ghosts, taking down thousands of warships without destroying a single one. For the first time, ordinary citizens, not soldiers, not leaders, began asking, who exactly are the humans? The Council had no answer. But Earth knew. Earth had always known. The hidden truth about Earth. Dr. Lyon Mercer, director of the Guardian Web, stood on a cliff overlooking the Pacific Ocean. Waves crashed below her feet, spray drifting through the air. Beside her was Ethan Hale, the human ambassador whose warning the Council ignored. They're afraid, Ethan said. The galaxy finally understands that we aren't what they thought. That's because they never understood Earth, Dr. Mercer replied. She held a small device that projected a hologram of Earth's evolution timeline. Every creature on this planet fought to survive, she said. Our ancestors lived through storms stronger than anything on alien worlds. They survived volcanic winters, cosmic radiation, predators the size of tanks. Ethan nodded. Humans learn to adapt. That's our real strength. Exactly, Dr. Mercer said. Aliens evolve in safe worlds, stable environments. But humans evolve under pressure. She zoomed the hologram closer. Human minds changed because of danger. Human creativity grew because of need. Human unity came from survival. She looked at Ethan. And that is why the Council fears us. Not our weapons, not our ships, but our nature. The galaxy connects the dots. Across alien news networks, scientists began comparing Earth to their own planets. One alien biologist stated, "No species should have survived on that world, yet humans did." Another added, "Maybe humans did not grow strong despite Earth. Maybe they grew strong because of Earth." Even children asked their parents, "Are humans scary?" Parents didn't know how to answer. Because the truth was complicated. Humans were not monsters. Humans were not conquerors. Humans were survivors. And survivors are unpredictable. Council leaders panic. Inside the Galactic Council chamber, chaos ruled. High Marshal Kareth slammed his claws on the table. "We must act now. Humans will take more if we stay silent." A Jaran diplomat hissed back, "Take more. They only defended their home." Alumi's energy being flickered nervously. "We studied their quantum drift drives. They should not work. They should tear space apart. Yet humans built them anyway." "They test things we would never dare test," another delegate said. "They are fearless." Kareth growled, "They are reckless." "No," whispered a quiet voice from the back. "They are determined." All eyes turned toward Elder Iharo, the oldest member of the council. His voice shook with age, but his mind was sharp. "You force them to fight. You push them into a corner, and we all know what cornered creatures become." Silence covered the chamber. Iharo spoke again. "Do not fear human technology. Fear human resolve. Once they decide something must be done, nothing stops them." Kareth clenched his fists but said nothing. Because he knew the Elder was right. Humanity reveals its past. Back on Earth, Ethan and Dr. Mercer stepped into the Guardian Archive, a hidden underground vault. Its walls were lined with holographic memories, videos, data logs, recorded history. Dr. Mercer opened a panel showing images of Earth's darkest times. Ice ages, meteor impacts, plagues, wars, natural disasters, extinctions. "Most species would have died 1,000 times," she said softly. "But each time humanity adapted faster, became smarter, grew stronger." Ethan touched the panel, watching an image of early humans hunting massive beasts. "We are the product of struggle." "We are the product of endurance," Mercer corrected. "And endurance scares the galaxy." Alien scientists make a terrifying discovery. Far away on the Varn science station Kalos 9, researchers studied the wreckage from the Orion Gate battle. Not human wreckage, alien wreckage. "Look at the systems," one scientist whispered. "Human disruptor pulses didn't destroy our tech, they shut it off gently." Another stared in disbelief. "They could have killed us all, but they didn't." "And that," the lead scientist said, "is what makes them terrifying. Not violence. Not aggression. Control." Humans had the ability to crush entire fleets. Yet chose restraint. Restraint was far more frightening than raw power. Humanity sends a final message. Before the Council could launch their next move, Earth sent a transmission across every major channel. " Ethan Hale appeared on screen. "To all species watching, we do not want war. We do not seek control. But if you attack us, you will lose. He paused. The galaxy has mistaken our kindness for weakness. That ends today. He looked directly into the camera, his eyes steady and unafraid. Earth stands ready, not as a victim, not as an enemy, but as a force you cannot ignore anymore. Across the stars, millions watched in silence. Some feared humans. Some admired humans. Some wanted to ally with humans. But everyone understood one truth. Humanity was done hiding. Earth had taken its place among the powers of the galaxy, and nothing would ever be the same again. The turning point. The galaxy held its breath. Earth controlled the Orion Gate. Earth had defeated the Council's strongest fleet without a single casualty. Earth had revealed technology no species believed possible. But the Council was not ready to surrender. They believed humans were still limited, still young, still one planet, one system. And so they planned something dangerous, something meant to break human spirit before a true war could begin. The Council's desperate plan. In a secret facility orbiting the star Aldros, Council engineers activated a colossal structure. It looked like a ring of black stone floating in space, but inside it pulsed an unnatural red light. This was their greatest weapon. The Starville engine. It didn't fire missiles. It didn't destroy planets. It targeted something far more vital. Stars. High Marshal Kareth stood before the giant device, pride burning in his eyes. With this machine, he announced, we will cut off the sun from Earth. Their world will freeze, their systems will collapse, their people will break. A nervous scientist stepped forward. Marshal, if we block their sun, billions of humans will. They will surrender, Kareth interrupted coldly, or they will die. Either way, Earth loses. He raised his claw. Activate the Starville. Earth goes dark. Back home, early morning sunlight vanished in seconds. Birds went silent. Oceans dimmed. Skyscrapers stood like dark towers. Humans looked up and saw a strange black curtain stretching across the sky. Not clouds, not smoke, but something unnatural, something solid. Dr. Lion Mercer ran into the Guardian Web command room. Report. Her team looked terrified. Ma'am, the sun has been blocked. Ethan Hale stared at the dark sky from the observation deck. They're trying to suffocate us, he whispered. But Earth was not helpless. The Guardian Web glowed brighter. Human minds sharpened. Human survival instincts awakened once more. Humanity strikes back. Inside the Aegis, Captain Myra Locke received a transmission from Earth. Captain, the Council is using a weapon to block our star. They intend to freeze us. Myra's jaw tightened. They attacked our world directly, she said. Then we end this. Her second officer frowned. With force. With precision. Myra stood tall. We take the Starville engine intact. We show them mercy so they cannot claim we are monsters, and we show them strength so they cannot try this again. The fleet prepared. Quantum drift engines warmed. The Guardian Web connected every ship as one. Myra raised her hand. Jump! The human fleet arrives like lightning. Council operators monitoring the Starville suddenly screamed. Unknown objects incoming. Impossible speed detected. They're inside the perimeter. Human ships appeared around the Starville engine like sparks bursting from the void. No warning, no sound, just arrival. Kareth, watching from his command balcony, felt his confidence snap. How are they here already? His officers couldn't answer. Human ships were positioning themselves in a perfect sphere around the Starville, every angle covered, every escape route blocked. They looked like guardians closing around a wounded creature. The first move, a message, not a shot. Before any weapon fired, Captain Myra Locke broadcast across the battlefield. Council forces, listen carefully. Earth does not seek war, but you attacked our sun. This is your final chance to stand down. Kareth snarled, fire every weapon now. But nothing fired. Every council gun, missile, and cannon flickered uselessly. Human jamming signals had shut down their entire offensive capability in less than 3 seconds. Myra's voice returned, calm and steady. We warned you, we do not kill unless we must. The human boarding teams. Human drones swarmed from the Aegis, moving like silver birds across space. They didn't destroy the Starville engine. They landed gently, attaching themselves like tools, not weapons. Inside, Council engineers panicked. They're trying to break in. No. Humans were doing something far more frightening. They were taking control. In minutes, human code spread through the Starville systems, rewriting commands, unlocking doors, shutting down the star-blocking field. Ethan Hale appeared on the Starville screens. You wanted to control our sun, he said quietly, but you never understood why humans survive. He leaned closer. We don't survive because our world is kind. We survive because we never give up. The Starville engine powered down. Light returned to Earth. The sky brightened. The world breathed again. Kareth's fall. On his command deck, High Marshal Kareth slammed his claws in rage. You humans ruin everything. Myra Locke answered calmly, her ship appearing outside his window like a silent giant. No, she said, we stop you from making a mistake that would have destroyed millions. You think you've won. This isn't about winning, Myra said. It's about ending a war you started. Her fleet didn't fire. They didn't need to. They had proven everything. The turning point that shocked the galaxy. Across alien worlds, screens broadcast the same message. Humans stopped the most powerful council weapon without killing a single soul. Humans saved their planet. Humans disabled an entire war machine. Humans held back when others would have destroyed everything. Children watched in awe. Scientists whispered in disbelief. Leaders felt a new fear, a fear mixed with respect. And finally, for the first time, the galaxy understood. Humans weren't rising because of power. Humans were rising because of moral strength. A strength sharper than any weapon. The war wasn't over. But the galaxy had reached the turning point. From this moment on, no one, no empire, no council, no species would ever treat Earth as weak again. When the galaxy BOWED to Earth, the Starville engine was silent. The sun shone on Earth once more, and the galaxy stared in stunned silence at what humans had done. They had stopped a weapon built by 20 species. They had taken control of a machine that bent starlight. They had defeated fleets without killing. They had saved their world with precision, not destruction. The galaxy expected humans to seek revenge. Instead, humans sought something far more dangerous. Peace on their own terms. The Council summons humanity. For the first time in history, the Galactic Council invited humans, not to judge them, not to punish them, but to negotiate. Ethan Hale entered the Grand Chamber again, just as he had weeks before. But this time, everything was different. Before, aliens barely looked at him. Before, they laughed at humans. Before, they saw Earth as a small world with no power. Now, thousands of eyes followed his every step. Some with fear, some with hope, but none with disrespect. Ethan stopped at the center podium. Chancellor Kareth, once proud and fierce, now stood with lowered shoulders. The tone of the chamber was no longer arrogant or loud. It was quiet, very quiet. The galaxy asks a question they never expected. The oldest counselor, Elder Aharo, spoke first. Ambassador, what do humans want? Not what will humans accept. Not what do humans deserve. But, what do humans want? Ethan looked around the chamber, letting the silence settle. Humans had been mocked. Humans had been threatened. Humans had been pushed into a war they never asked for. And yet, human warship still hovered outside the system, not attacking. Human drones still guarded the Orion Gate, not expanding. Human diplomacy channels remained open, not demanding tribute. Ethan finally answered. Humans want respect, nothing more. The chamber whispered. Respect. That's all. They do not want territory. They do not want control. Ethan raised his voice. We want to explore without fear. To grow without threats. To stand in this galaxy as equals, not as prey. Myra Locke's message from orbit. While Ethan negotiated, Captain Myra Locke remained aboard the flagship Aegis, observing the galactic broadcasts. Every species could now see her ship drifting calmly outside Hellion Station. She sent a single universal statement. Earth is not your enemy. Earth is not your conqueror. Earth is your neighbor. Treat us well and we will move forward together. The message spread like a light through the galaxy. It became a symbol. A reminder that humans were dangerous only when attacked, powerful only when pushed, and unstoppable only when cornered. The Council votes again. Weeks earlier, they voted to exile Earth. Today, they voted for something new. One by one, each alien representative raised a hand, spoke a code, or emitted a signal. The vote was unanimous. Earth would not be exiled. Earth would join the High Council as a full member. And humanity would have a permanent voice in galactic decisions. Kareth, bitter, angry, but defeated, made the final announcement. Let it be recorded. Earth is now recognized as a sovereign and equal power. The humans feared by many have earned their place among the stars. Ethan bowed his head politely, but inside he felt something deeper. Not triumph, not victory, but relief. The galaxy reacts. Across thousands of worlds, parents taught their children about human bravery. Scientists studied human tech with respect instead of arrogance. Merchants sought human trade. Refugees asked for human protection. And soldiers whispered, if humans fight for us, the war is already won. The galaxy's view of Earth had changed forever. The true HFY moment, a new alliance. Months later, a new treaty was signed. The Celestial Accord. It linked Earth with dozens of species, some who once hated humans, now seeking their help. Humans were no longer outsiders. They were protectors, advisors, builders of the future. Ethan Hale, signing the accord, said, we do not rise alone. If humanity rises, we rise together. One final message to the stars. Back on Earth, at the Guardian Web headquarters, Dr. Lion Mercer activated a beacon that broadcast far beyond Council space. The message contained no threat, no warning, just truth. Humanity stands ready not to conquer but to build, not to rule but to rise. If you come to us with peace, you will find peace. But if you come with chains, you will find the strongest resistance the galaxy has ever known. The beacon pulsed through the stars. And everywhere it reached, species understood. You don't survive humans. You join them. You learn from them. Or you face a force shaped by the hardest world in the galaxy. Earth was no longer just a blue planet. Earth was a symbol, a voice, a power. And as Ethan and Myra watched sunrise over united Earth, one thought echoed across the stars. This was only the beginning of humanity's story. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon for more amazing videos.